Welcome to another edition of Political Arena here on S24 Television, a program where we discuss issues shaping our society and explore practical solutions to our dear country, Nigeria. Today's discussion focuses on technology and how young people can harness the presence of AI. Technology as a tool for development. Technology is no longer limited to computers, smartphone. It is transforming education, healthcare, agriculture, governance, business, and community engagement. But how can community, particularly in the northern Nigeria, take advantage of these opportunities? To help us answer these questions, our guest is Husseini Adam Musaraki. He is a youth leader, development advocate, and technology enthusiast who is also passionate about youth empowerment, quality education, climate change advocate, and digital innovation guru. Husseini, welcome to Political Arena here on S24 Television.
Thank you.
Thank you for honoring our invitation. So many people, if they hear the word, many people see technology as something only for programmers. How can you define technology in a simple term for a layman to understand?
Well, I can say technology is not for programmers. Technology is for everybody because when we talk about technology, we talk about innovation. So what we mean by technology is using a tool to simplify what you have been doing. Let's say you are into education, you are a teacher. There are tools that you are going to use to ease that you are teaching work. And also, even if you are a farmer, I can say people usually separate farming and technology. That is what we call climate smart agriculture. This is the kind of using technology to harness or to harvest more products than using olden days methods. So technology is for everybody. Technology is just innovation that is creating something new in what you have been doing.
Okay, as a passionate and expert on community development, what does community development means to you?
Well, if someone asks what community development means to me, I can say education, good health and well-being, people living in a conducive environment. So community development can, to my own perspective, means having access to quality education, having access to good health facilities, and also living in a conducive environment. So if you have all these things that I have mentioned, then you are living in a more I can say conducive environment, and this is what we have been fighting for our people to have, that is to have this set of basic necessity. So
okay, so how can technology improve everyday life in our local community?
Well, let's start, as you have said, education advocates. I give priority to education actually. So I will start with education. Technology can come in and help in that aspect, not necessarily in universities where these are grown adults using technology. I mean in a grassroots level where a teacher can use technology in shaping the knowledge that is given to the pupils or to the students. And in the other hands, healthcare, there are tons of innovations right now that are being put in place. Example, when you go to a clinic, all these paper records that might be missing sometimes. So there are the things that were being introduced, that is
okay, they are now being computerized.
Yes.
Okay, on the process of unemployment and lack of opportunities, can technology help to solve the problems of unemployment and poverty in northern Nigeria?
Yeah, I can't say yes directly, but technology can be used as a tool to hook unemployment. What I mean here is, you can't just say technology will solve the rate of unemployment, because if the youths are not, let's say they didn't give the chance to use the technology, so they will still remain in that aspect of in that what can I say in that
Community.
situation whereby the rate of unemployment is high. So it's kind of like hand in hand. They have to like the youth support have to be like employable for them to use technology. Maybe they use AI, cloud computing, they learn digital skills. So they have to learn the technology first before the technology will now reduce the rate of unemployment. And some of the youth are saying, or I can see some of the people are saying, technology will reduce. Will snatch some people's jobs. Actually, I don't agree with that. Technology will just improve some people's jobs and create new opportunities to those that are unemployed.
In your own opinion, what community problem can be addressed through digital innovation?
First, education, as usual. Right now, many of students in northern Nigeria, particularly where I came from, they only use books, and even the teachers, they also use olden days technology, all these olden days methods to teach. So if technology is being brought to the teachers first, even the student in rural areas will be able to like have such innovation. They will get access to good quality education. If we say quality, if we say access to education, I don't mean a random access to education or those students that go to primary one, basic
qualitative
one.
education.
I mean a good qualitative
and a presentable education.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And also in place like I've discussed in youth unemployment, there is high chance when we use technology, because you can see a graduate, let's say a class of 2024 2023, thousands of people are graduating, but still they are waiting for governments to provide jobs for them. While there are tons of opportunities out there using technologies and innovation that they are going to use in order to have to be self-reliant and even employ others, but they choose to like wait for white collar job. And when we discuss on climate action, there are tons of AI tools that are used for weather system, what soil,
etc. Okay, as someone that is very, very close to young people, how can we like what are your calls to young people in the that they normally spend most of their time online trying to get more opportunities online? Like how can they channel that effort to being productive effort in terms of harnessing opportunities online? But before we respond to this question, let's go for a short break. When we return, I believe you are going to answer this question for me.
Yeah.
Remember, this is Political Arena here on S24 Television. Let's go for a short break. When we return, the conversation will continue. Welcome back from that break. Remember, this is Political Arena coming to you here on S24 Television. Husseini, I asked you, like, young people spend hours online every day. How can they use this technology more productively?
Yeah, I usually discuss this with my mentees, the people that I'm mentoring. It's not that because they are having access to internet, they'll just be misusing it. You will see a young person spending close to 15 to 20 hours scrolling endlessly from TikTok and stuff. They should channel that energy instead of scrolling and watching those content creators. Why not they learn digital literacy, communication skills, AI, cloud computing, cyber securities? There are thousands of free, even if to say they cannot afford to pay. There are free tools, and in that aspect, if I tell you, I think maybe people will not believe me that, and I haven't attended any class to learn video generation, AI video generation. All what I did is I used ChatGPT and YouTube. It can amaze you that I use only 2 tools to learn a first stage of video generation, and right now I can proudly say that I can produce a 40 to 1 hour video using AI. So it's not about endless scrolling. It's about harnessing technology so that you can make your own impact. So right now, from community advocate, I'm turning into content creator.
Creator.
So you see, it's just like switching a
Maybe
line.
someone will say it's just because of how lucrative content creating is. That's why you literally migrated.
No, I don't fully migrate because I'm still an advocate. So I'm still advocating.
Okay, you might mention like you're among the people that benefited from YouTube online classes and even the presence of ChatGPT.
Yeah.
So which digital skills should young people start learning today?
Communication skills, because many of our young people don't have that skills, and I believe it's the most vital first stage of any skills. You have to learn communication skills. Then I can say basic digital literacies. There are some graduates that they can't send a single mail, so I think this is a slave of being a graduate, but you can't afford to do basic things online. So we start from communication skills, basic literacy. As you are getting that basic literacy skills, you will have the chance to know which niche aligned with you. There are thousands of niche. Maybe let's say you want to be an AI video generator. You wanted to learn cyber security and stuff. So you have to know the basics first.
Okay,
Start
so
with
how can
communication skills.
technology improve or provide opportunity for young people? Because I wanted you to tie with discussion like, does anybody need a university degree before he start digital economy, which you already answered on the process of our conversation. So how can technology create employment opportunity for young people, especially where we came from, the northern part of the country? Because most of people are channeling the effort put in place in order to use technology. Maybe they are being subjected to what now politicians are calling data boys.
Well, I cannot say data boys are those people that are using technology, because to me, data boys are just people that maybe answered, maybe let's say political boys in a modernized way.
Political talks.
Yeah, let's say talks in a modernized way, actually. So what I believe is you don't need a degree, actually, because I started this without having a degree. It amazes you that I've worked with several organizations before having a degree. So, have the airports. What can I say? Put it at the back of your mind. Yeah, I want to learn this thing. I want to be, let's say, have a fashion. I want to be in so place in the next 5 years.
You need
Have
to have
a goal.
focus.
Have a goal. You can't just be I want to be a content creator today. Tomorrow I want to learn cyber security. So you need to have a focus, and also you need to have a goal. You have to start small. It doesn't necessarily mean you need to have a mentor. Yeah, a mentor sometimes help, but our young people nowadays misuse the word of mentor. Just because someone is giving you 2,000, 5,000, you now be posting in his picture online and be calling him mentor. That's not the work of a mentor to me, because a mentor is someone that guides, not someone that will be giving you chicken change today.
A mentor is like a candle.
Yeah. Yeah, a mentor is like a candle. It's not someone that will just be giving you chicken change any here and there. So you need to have a mentor, but not necessarily, actually.
Okay, many people fear about AI will replace jobs, as you said earlier. Do you see it as a threat or an opportunity for young people to strive and learn the ethics of AI?
Well, I don't see it as a threat, actually, because I've said it earlier here that many people are playing that, have that feeling that AI will take their job. So assuming you're just like you, someone like you, do you really think you should just stay like that without furthering your research on your field? So AI will just help you. AI will give you an advances. Someone that is not using AI in that same field as you are will be completely different as you, because as you are advancing, the world is also advancing.
Exactly.
So you can't be stagnant.
So what advice would you like to give to young people who have smartphone but don't know where to begin?
They should stop scrolling. What I mean by stop scrolling is, don't be wasting your time too possible. Knowing every trend in TikTok, knowing every trend in Facebook, it won't get you anywhere, actually. You have to, even using the TikTok, there is a place that I know in a TikTok that is tagged as STEM. So that place, the TikTok provide that place for people that are ready to learn,
Okay.
not people that are ready to scroll. You know, there are for you page, there are STEM page. So if you see a person that is scrolling a STEM page, that person has a goal, and the TikTok will give, and the algorithm of TikTok will align with what he or she is scrolling. So even using social media, you can still learn. From there, you can know where to go and where to start. So you can use the social media as a tool to learn also.
You mean all the perception most of the African parents have, like most of the times when young people are using their own phone, because they are of the belief that whenever you're using phone, you're just misusing your time, your precious resources, and even your funds. So if young people can channel that effort productively, they can have something good.
Yeah.
Okay, Husseini, let's go for a short break. When we return, we are going to take the last part of our conversation.
Okay.
Let's go for a short break. When we return, the conversation will continue. Welcome back from that break. This is Political Arena, still here on S24 Television. Husseini, so how can technology change education in Nigeria?
Yeah. Not to talk of the students. First,
Education. Let's start from the
grassroots.
From the grassroots. Yeah.
That's why I'm a grassroots advocate. So everything that I will be talking will be based on that first, because it will amaze. I will give you like some impression that even the teachers that are supposed to be guiding the students are not using technology. So how do you think the student will use technology?
Don't you think that maybe it's due to the level of hard economic policies?
Let's not come to that. Actually, even at that hard economic situation, the same teachers are scrolling through Facebook, are scrolling through.
Well, TikTok. It's all about mindset.
So they are not matching the technology with their work. Actually, they only use the technology for their pleasure or their personal use. So if to say they use that same energy, maybe I know of a teacher that uses ChatGPT actually, but that same teacher is different, completely different
from
others in that big school, because the app is helping him in arranging the what are they calling it? I'm not a teacher actually.
Is it a lesson plan?
Yeah, lesson plan, lesson notes, lesson guides. What to even demonstrate, like the demonstrable item that they use in class. So the AI is helping him, and it's not only the teacher. I think even the students, the teachers should be introducing to students to, and there are tons of websites from UNICEF, from UOMA. You know, I was once a UNICEF YPAT, Young People Action Team, Generation Unlimited. So we have known all these websites that even in your local language, you can still access that digital website, and the student will still get that knowledge that they wanted to get, even without using English. You know, sometimes, like me now, English is giving us a hard time. So learning in our own language,
local language, that is Hausa,
will boost the morale of that children, and also they will have the chance to use technology even in their own local language. Not that impression that technology is only meant for English speaking people. Like it's completely opposite. They can use their own local language to demonstrate it to the student, and the student will also use that same local language to learn digital technology.
Husseini, thank you so much for sharing your thought on this wonderful topic. So what role should school play in promoting digital innovation?
Actually, not really school. The governments first. Yeah, because what I believe is, if you say school, we are referring to both private and public schools. And these public schools are being managed by the government. So I think the government should provide a conducive learning environment for the pupils first, then equip the teachers, because the teachers need to be equipped. You can't bring someone that doesn't know technology and want the students to know to like get the technology, or to like learn the technology from him, while even the person that is teaching the technology doesn't know about it. So the teachers need to be equipped, and there is need for a very conducive learning environment. So I believe if the school provided these two, because they are
Two
the
things.
major things: the conducive learning environment and the
The
boosting of the
equipment,
teachers.
the welfareism, the morals, and the
If
rest.
I said equipping the teacher, I mean all that, because you can't be paying the teacher money that cannot sustain him a week,
course.
and wants him to have a mindset. He cannot be emotionally
I
stable.
think I could remember what Abraham Maslow said, like the pyramid scales of a worker, because you have to look at his basic need. Until he has the basic needs, before
Yeah.
we will be able to at least give what it is expected
If
from
he is
him.
not financially stable, if he can't be mentally stable. If he's not mentally stable, he cannot be able to teach.
Okay, so what
the
message do you
children.
have for young Nigerians who believe they cannot succeed because of limited opportunity?
Well, I don't believe that, because we are we people, we are the one that created the barriers to ourselves.
So how can we break it?
So changing of mindset,
Mindset,
which is very, like, I can say, is the most hardest thing. And believing you can. You have to believe in yourself. Setting your own goals.
Set your own goals.
3, have a vision. Not just a goal. You can say you have a goal, but if you don't have a vision, the goal will not work. Then lastly, like you talk, have a mentor.
Thank you so much, Husseini. Husseini, it's a tradition if you come to political arena here on S24. We won't allow you to go until you speak to Nigerians ahead of 2027 general elections. So what are your calls to Nigerians first, and what are your calls to the government?
Well, I'm not into that politics, but
But
I'm a Nigerian,
yeah.
so I'm a citizen, and I have that
liberty,
privilege.
yeah.
So my calls to who first? Nigerians
To
or the government?
Nigerians, yeah.
My calls to Nigerians is let's not just be first. Let me speak to youth, young people. Let's not be the other boys, please, please. I'm begging that we should just use our own. We should access the politicians, not that all these fake promises that we used to receive. A person will just promise you, I will provide a tap for you, a tap water and stuff, because we have been hearing that since 90s and nothing is changing.
Even 80s.
And
okay, so what are your calls to the leaders?
My call to leaders is, please, let them be fulfilling their promise.
Thank you so much, Husseini. And this conversation actually reminded me that it is only in Africa that you will see a politician promise you heaven, and when they assume power, they would unleash hell.
Definitely. That's it. That's just it.
Thank you so much, Husseini Adam Musaraki, for sharing your insight with us. Today's conversation reminds us that technology is modern social media and entertainment.
Yeah.
When used responsibly, it's become a powerful tool for education, entrepreneurship, better governance, environmental sustainability, and community development. To our viewers out there, remember that the future belongs to those who are willing to learn, relearn, adapt, and use technology to solve critical problems and provide solutions to our dear country. Thank you for watching Political Arena. I am Abubakar Turaki. Join us next time for another insightful conversation. Bye.